Hey guys, Civilord here, back again with another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man quote-unquote retro series. This is more of just a Spider-Man carded series release, but today we're going to be taking a look at Spider-Boy, brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro, and or not so fine folks in this case, because much like Chameleon is the other figure in the wave I had some issues with. But before we get into all of that, we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Spider-Boy has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with some thwippy hands, as a Spider-Man or Spider-Boy often should. And then we have the standard Spider-Boy head, the way less interesting one, which I would not be surprised if that's just Ultimate Spider-Man repackaged. Maybe it's not, but actually it's not. The eyes feel a little bit more bug-eyed on this one, but there you go. What's his name? Briggs Bagley? Bailey? Something like that. And then we also have this little back of the pack here, which you can plug into his back quite easily. Mine took a couple of tries to get that sucker in there all the way, but once it's in there, it's fine. But first and foremost, this head sculpt is off the chain. Taking a closer look at Spider-Boy here. He's got these crazy fangs sticking out of his head, because he's like mid-transformation to Man-Spider, so that's kind of cool. That's why I bought this figure, because God forbid we get an actual Man-Spider, so I gotta compensate with the next best thing. That said, ab crunch on this body is crap. He's got the flop crunch, just like the black costume Spider-Man from the Secret Wars wave. And another thing, mine's arm pops off. Because this pig, not for nothing, looked like a camel toe when I got it. So I kind of cleaned it up, but yeah, I do feel the need to replace this guy at some point. Because, well, this and this arm. So that sucks. And this arm just feels like it's gonna friggin' shear off. So again, with the stupid gummy plastic and your garbage molds, Hasbro. Not that very good, but as far as articulation goes, his head will look up, look down, rotate side to side. He's got some tilt. His ab crunch will flop all over the place while you're trying to pose him. Shoulders get decent range. That's not too bad. I'll rotate all the way around. He's got bicep swivel, got double elbow. Got a swivel at the wrist with a hinge. Ab crunch goes that far back, forward, that far back. It's actually tight in this spot and in this spot, but not like anywhere else. It can kind of hold its position, but for the most part, no, it's pretty crap. Waist twist is like a ratchet joint, which is kind of wild, and then the hips will kick out, back down, forward, back, thigh cut, double knee. He's got a calf cut, which, like Spider-Man Unlimited, is not the worst thing ever, but it ain't the best either. And then as far as his feet go, he'll hinge back and forth, and he's got a rocker, but it's like the peg is going straight down into the foot as opposed to forward, so you don't get a rocker, you just get a ankle swivel. So for all of you who bitched about Blackheart, well, look at this guy. And he's got all the points to give you a rocker, but it still don't work. Hilarious how they can't engineer a sneaker at this company. But yeah, probably my least favorite figure of the wave that I picked up. I'm not going to buy that female Electro. I think that character's kind of stupid. But that's just me. You know, I could just be a woman hater, or a toxic male individual, but you know what? It's my channel, bitch. If you don't like it, too bad. So with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here's good old Spider-Man alongside a couple other characters from this Spider-Man carded and or retro carded wave. At this point, we have Agent Venom, who, spoiler alert, yeah, he's pretty much my favorite figure of the wave, as well as Chameleon from the 90s Spider-Man animated series. Definitely a 90s character with that one. And another figure that also had quality control issues from this wave, at least in my experience. So check that review out if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it if you did. But for now, get these two out of the way. Bring in our two regulars, the Mythic Legions, Brother Mandibulith, right here. And the infamous 11th Spawn, who, as usual, especially in this case, towers over everyone because he is not a 6-inch scale figure. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from the rather crap Hasbro quality control, just like on good old Chameleon, yeah, I must say I thoroughly enjoy good old Spider-Man here. But again, the gummy plastic, the mold degradation, and just, you know, why are there pieces of the figure chunked off when they take it out the mold and put together anyways? Like, I get this is mass produced and everything, but there are certain molds in this line that don't have that problem, as well as certain molds in this line that don't have the gumminess problem. Like the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, he doesn't have any of that going on, and he is a brand new sculpt released literally last year. So I don't understand why they can't do the simplest and most basic of things at this company. So with that in mind, I'm going to say buy at your own risk. Really? And I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.